The program I'm doing is called Ageless by Rusty Moore. There's a link to his program down below. There are 3 different ways that I'm going to lift these weights. Here's the explanation of what each one is. And here's how many sets and reps I'm going to do. I do a 10-minute warm-up every time, speed 3, incline 6, and I just walk. Very simple. Now here I'm doing cable pulls for the first time. This is something I haven't done before. And it's at 20 pounds, which was a little bit too heavy because, yeah, I failed. I couldn't do it. This is the explosive lift. So I'm priming all of my muscles to prepare to lift quickly. Even though I can't technically lift quickly, I'm acting like I'm lifting quickly. That's the key. And now for steady is where we work on hypertrophy, which is growing the muscle's actual size. And so I'm going to do between 8 and 20 reps. I know that my weight is too light when I can do the full 20 reps twice. And then I'll up the weight and increment and start all over. So now I'm doing reverse lunges, and I do 5 on one side and then switch to the other side instead of switching between lunges, which just seems like a pain. Now it's important to note that I am not a personal trainer. I am not an athlete. I am at best an amateur. So this is just what I'm doing to give you an idea of what the Ageless program is about. It's specifically for people over 40, and that's why I chose it. Now, someone in the comments had said not to do explosive movements at all because it's bad for the joints, but you know, I really don't think it's that bad for my joints. Although, when they said this, I thought, oh man, don't tell me that, because these jump lunges are rough. I can't quite do the full switch over. I kind of meet in the middle there, but it's fine. Baby steps. At first, I couldn't do them at all. So you'll notice with each style of lift, the weight goes down. So my heaviest is the tut, the middle weight is the explosive, and then the lightest weight is the steady state, because I want to be able to do more reps. Today was a bad day for lunges. I could only do 8 on each side. I tried to do more, but I had just upped the weight on myself, so 8 is the minimum. I did it. Yay me. My 14-year-old son is helping me. You can see him kind of in the background. He's been working out too, because I make him. So now I'm not letting go of the weight at the end because it would fall and hit me in the head, but I'm very carefully trying to throw it using all my explosive power. Now it's the steady. I'm trying not to pause at the top or the bottom, but you'll notice I start out pretty fast and then I start slowing down, and that's okay because I'm really pushing myself right here. Like, I thought this was the last one. I was like, no, I might have one more, and I did. Just barely. I like focusing on the glutes for the body composition effect. It is nice. I also tend to be bigger on the lower half, so making it a bit less flabby is always nice. Now, I didn't film the other side. I switched sides and did 5 more. Same with this on the explosive. I only filmed the left side. So I switched sides and did 5 more. And now with steady, I'm doing this amount on each side. These are deceptively hard. I'm trying to get close to failure. My shoulders are my absolute weakest part of my body. So here, I'm not doing very much weight at all, and I can't even hardly get it all the way raised up. I still can't. So again, I'm not showing both sides. I'm only showing one side of each. So this is the explosive. Little less weight, able to lift a little bit higher, trying to recruit all of the muscle fibers to lift explosively. And now I'm just going to do as many as I can without stopping, between 8 and 20 reps. It varies from week to week, but I do try to do at least one more steady rep at the end so that I know that I'm improving. And then when I hit 20, I up the weight and it starts back at 8. So again, I have no idea if what I'm doing is proper form or not. I really just don't know. There, I looked at the camera a little bit, trying to see if anyone's like, what is she doing? Let me tell you, it's a little bit embarrassing to film at a gym. All right, explosive. Ooh, don't hit your boob. I did that. Now being careful. Much better. So it's 2 sets of each style of lift. So like with the tut, it's 5 reps, but I do that twice. Explosive is 5 reps, but I do that twice. And the steady is 8 to 20 reps, and I do that twice. And I'm just doing this at a basic gym. This is the YMCA. Right now I'm just doing as many as I can. So this Ageless program, Rusty Moore, he does the Visual Impact series, which I have done. I've done Visual Impact for women. I've done Visual Impact cardio. Now I'm doing Visual Impact Ageless. And I want to make it clear that I was not doing this style of workout when I lost muscle. I was doing his kettlebell program, which I've never actually been able to finish. Each of these are 12-week programs. And I've done this one once or twice. I think twice. I did Visual Impact for Women, which is even more intense than this, at the beginning. That's the first thing that I jumped into. I did 12 weeks of that. Then I switched to kettlebells and I couldn't finish the 12 weeks. I just get really bored of the kettlebell stuff. So I tend to like this type of workout better, I have discovered. One of the main principles is when you're young, you can leave it all out there. You can leave it all in the gym and leave absolutely exhausted. But when you're in your 40s, you don't really want to do that. So he says, always keep a little back. Don't leave it all in the gym. Pull back a little bit. That's why I don't train to absolute failure. I just train pretty close to failure with the steady state. And when I first started out, I wasn't lifting as heavy. I mean, I've had to work up to this, even just to this. I mean, these are just 15-pound weights with incline chest flies. I don't feel like that's a lot. I've seen some guys doing a whole lot more than that, but you know, I had to start somewhere and I'm gradually building it up. And I'm about to be able to go heavier once I can do 5 more reps. And now the abs. Okay, so I was looking up the best ab workout that works all of your ab muscles. And this is what I found. And I really hate this footage in particular because I can see the loose skin hanging off of the back of my arms and I can see where my real arm ends, and it would look so much better without all that flippity floppity going on. But I mean, I don't know what else I can do beyond what I'm doing right now. So this is me doing 20 of these. I do 5 sets of 20 for a total of 100 reps of abs. That's the only one I go super heavy on. Now the sauna. I love it. And these are stomach vacuums. So you breathe out all of your air and then you suck it in, but breathe. So I'm not holding my breath here. I'm actually talking, but now I'm talking over it. Anyway, I'm just showing that you suck it in and it sucks in the sides, the obliques there, and it gives like a girdle cinch sort of effect. I have been doing these for over a year and I can tell that it gave me more of an hourglass shape. I already tend toward an hourglass shape, but this just really helps. And I wish that I looked how I look when I'm sucking in all of the time, but I don't. All right, day 2. I started with a warm up again. I didn't put that in here. This is just a little band that I use to keep my knees from wandering out as I squat. I actually tried it without the band the other day and was able to control my knees pretty well. My left knee is the one that was hit real hard when I had my autoimmune and then I fell on it, and it's still just not quite right. But it's so much better. These jump squats are pretty easy, and I land softly on the balls of my feet so I'm not jarring my joints too much, and it's only 5. The explosive movements are supposed to work the fast twitch fibers. So I'm trying to work the fast twitch muscles because it's those muscles that sort of atrophy as we age, and it causes us when we fall to not fall as well. I want to be able to stumble and catch myself quickly. And if my fast twitch fibers are not firing properly and they're not properly trained, then I'm more likely to fall and get hurt. And now I just do as many as I can without stopping, up to 20, trying to go all the way down each time, trying to keep good form. So I actually did 20 of these, so I get to up the weight next time. So I'll start out even heavier. So day 2 shoulders are these shoulder press-up thingies. Time under tension is meant for strength. So I'm lifting very heavy for me, very controlled, trying to maintain proper form. I'm lifting a heavy enough weight to where I can't do more than 5. And now for the explosive, I'm like trying to punch above my head. It doesn't look like I'm going that fast, and I'm not going that fast, but I'm trying to tell my body to punch quickly up. And that's as fast as I can go with weights in my hand. I start out real fast because the more I can get in quickly, the more I can do. Then they start burning and getting tired, and I start slowing down and trying to remember to breathe and not hold my breath, like that and that. Not good. Okay. Now I'm short. I'm 5'4", and this bench was way too tall for this. I have since found a bench that's a little bit lower and I can do it better. I had to scoot this all the way over against the wall because you need something behind it, because a lot of the force is going into my shoulder blades. It's pushing back on the bench. Either find one that is bolted down or move it against a wall if you're going to try this. So I'm basically just trying to make a glute bridge with weights. And this is the explosive movement here. I come up, hold at the top, and then let it down slowly. And now I'll just do as many as I can. I don't like having to hold the barbell. I need to get a band and attach it to my arms so that I can not slip off like I just did. This isn't me taking a break. This is I fell off the thing. So yeah, now I'm not holding it and I can do it a lot better because my arms sort of keep me more balanced. But then it tries to roll away. So I got to figure something out. But these I feel are effective. I feel them afterward. After watching this footage and editing it, I actually decided to stop training my biceps. I think they're big enough. So that cut a few moments off of my workout in future. It's good to have strong biceps. I just don't like the look of the too big giant bicep that I have. I like these workout gloves. I don't think I technically need them. I'm not lifting super duper heavy, but I don't like getting calluses where my wedding ring is, so this keeps me from having those calluses. I don't have soft hands by any means, but I do what I can. I've noticed that absolutely everything that I'm wearing except my glasses and my watch are from Amazon. From the scrunchie in my hair to all of my clothes, my gloves, my socks, my shoes, my undergarments, literally everything I have on is from Amazon. So there's a link to my must-haves below, and you can find all of this under the fitness and fashion sections if you're interested. I just wanted some modest workout clothes. Just a heads up, all of my Amazon links are affiliate links. One of the things that really bums me out about carnivore influencers specifically is that they always flaunt their beautiful bodies on their thumbnails and in their videos. And, I eat carnivore too. I don't look like that. And I'm just not the type to flaunt my body, so that will never happen. But it's just kind of a drag when you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't look like that. I wish it was more focused on health, less focused on appearance. I work out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the way it works out for me. I work on the house on the weekends, and I found that if I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday workouts, if I work out on Friday, I'm just too beat to do a lot of work on the weekends. And then Monday, I don't want to work out at all because I'm sore because I just worked out for 4 days straight. So I do Tuesday and Thursday. In the Ageless program, there are other options. There's also a home option. You don't have to go to a gym. I like it. Seems to be working all right for me. I pretty much only listen to Christian rap. It is the most theologically sound, deep, thought-provoking music that I have ever heard. Maybe outside of the old hymns. but old hymns are not my jam. It's kind of hard to get pumped to work out to a slow old hymn. I've put together a workout playlist on YouTube Music, and there's a link to that down below. Trying to do full range of motion on every rep. Almost didn't make that one. Whenever possible, I like to do supersets. So instead of doing 2 sets of tut and 2 sets of explosive and 2 sets of steady on my chest, and then going to my back and doing 2 sets of tut, 2 sets of explosive, 2 sets of steady, I like to superset them. So I'll do 1 set of tut on my chest, 1 set of tut on my back, 1 set of tut on my chest, 1 set of tut on my back, then 1 set of explosive on my chest, 1 set of explosive on my back, and so on and so forth, so that the muscle is getting rest in between, but I'm not killing time just sitting there waiting for me to have a rest period. It already takes me a little bit over an hour to do this full workout, and I think that's long enough. I love these little sport Bluetooth headphones. I don't like earbuds that go inside of my ear. It just makes them sore. So this style that goes over the ear is very handy. I wear them all the time and they're comfortable and I forget that I have them on. You can find those in the Amazon must-haves too. I used to be so embarrassed to work out in public. Like when I first joined the gym, I had so much anxiety and I really had to psych myself up that first day to even just go because, I'm just a woman, and a woman over in the weight section is a little, well, it used to be more unusual than it is now, but the guys are always hogging the weights and they're all big and strong and I'm coming in all flabby and soft and, it was just difficult, but I pushed through. And now I'm at the point where I can film myself and sit here and watch it and edit through it. Y'all, this is painful to watch myself over and over again to prepare this for you. But, if it could help somebody to get motivated to get into the gym or at least to start moving on a regular basis, like even if you can just walk because your body was made to move. And if you don't move, you just might lose the ability to move. And that is something I have experienced, and I never, ever, ever want to experience that again. And I'm starting to burn. It's getting harder and done. And again, same ab workout, the bug crunch. So I try to touch my feet down to the floor so that my lower abs get all the way extended, and then I contract them while I also bring my shoulder blades and neck up off the floor like a regular crunch. So I'm crunching from both directions. And I don't know, these things are hard. I had to work my way up to the 100. I started out doing, I think, 60, and then I added 20, and then I added 20, and now I'm at 100. And I guess when this becomes easy, I can add weights. Or like a weighted medicine ball between my legs or something. Not there yet. Back in the sauna. More stomach vacuums. I try to do at least 3 of these in the sauna, and I try to hold them for 20 to 30 seconds. And anytime I think about it, I like to do them. It works on your inner ab girdle. Does good things. And done. Now a little bit of swimming. It's very cold. Next week, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to do my cut on a carnivore diet, what that means to me on a carnivore diet. I recommend you find a gym that has one of these. It is the hot tub. It feels so luxurious. Thanks for watching, y'all. Last week we talked about KetoCon and how amazing that is going to be, and I hope that some of you have filled out the form by now. Until next time, stay beautiful, friends.